Djmax Respect 5. I've had this game for a while and I put a good amount of time in it, so I thought it would be a good idea to review it as my first ever review. Djmax is a rhythm game series that I've never heard of before, so I didn't know what to expect going into it. This game has a massive song list with back-to-back bangers and fun charting that just sucks me in. And since all the maps are official, you won't run into poor charting like other games with user-uploaded charts. It's a fun, solid rhythm game. It's got excellent visuals, fun gameplay, and just the pure variety of genres present in the game song list just makes it a refreshing experience. The base set list has around 150 songs, but with all the DLC it goes up to about 600, which is crazy for an off-the-shelf rhythm game. Compare that to something more modern like Project Diva, it doesn't really come close to that number. I want to talk about the actual game now, and we'll start with Freestyle. It's just your standard quick play mode, where you choose any song and you get more songs by leveling up. It's nothing too crazy, but I want to talk about air mode. I really like air mode because I'm the type of person that is very indecisive and I don't really know what to play. So I could just launch up air mode and get right into like a song and then just kind of play for hours and not really have to worry about, oh, what do I want to play next? But even if I don't have all the DLCs, it still shows DLC songs. So I think it's a great way to, show people what's in that pack. And they're like, ooh, I like this song. I think I want to get the DLC to play that in free mode. The only downside of air mode that I can think of is that you can't choose SC difficulty. And if you're somebody who plays at that high of a level, then air mode might not be what you gravitate towards. But for somebody like me, I think it's pretty good. Let's get into that multiplayer. I want to first talk about open match. I'll be honest, a lot of the time when you try and play, at least from an American point of view, you won't be able to find a lot of lobbies. Most lobbies are locked behind passwords, so you won't really be able to play. And if you do find a lobby, you'll be forced to pay a toll in the game. It's not like pay $20 to like play a match with somebody, but you have to own all the DLC the other person has, because if they pick a song from a DLC you don't have, you'll be forced to spectate and you won't be able to play. If you do have the premium clear pass, you won't be able to play with them, but you can't pick DLC songs you don't have. So I think the clear pass is kind of worth it for that. But if you're somebody without a lot of money, or you just have like a couple of the DLCs, it's pretty rough trying to find people to play with, unless if you yourself host a lobby. Which if you do, then you'll have fun, you'll be able to like chat with people and play with them. But I think the absolute best part about multiplayer is that you can choose the amount of buttons you want to use and the difficulty of the song, and it being completely independent of other players. And I think that this really should be like the standard in video games, because something like Osu you can't really do. If somebody picks a 4-star map, you can't put it down to 3-star on your end. You have to play what they pick. Now on the other side of the multiplayer coin, we have ladder match, which is the gameplay you've been seeing so far. I think ladder match is pretty good. I like it a lot. It's just a standard best of 3 sort of competitive experience, and you aren't barred from playing with other people like you are in normal multiplayer. I think that the main detractor from this game mode is that you have to play against bots a lot of the time. If you aren't super high up there or you're not playing during a high traffic time, the game will put you against bots. Like in this gameplay that's up on screen right now, I'm playing against a bot. They'll always have everything customized in the clear pass and be around the same level as you, or maybe higher. And you have to near S rank songs in order to beat the bots, which if you're somebody who isn't that good at the game, it can be a real struggle. and it kind of sucks knowing that you're playing against the bot and not a real person, because then I feel like a little bit of the satisfaction from the game mode gets taken away. But other than the bot experience, I think that ladder match is done fairly well. You can choose what keys you want to play, or if you want to just choose one, or if you want to choose all 4 of the modes, you can. If you're against somebody who's like equal skill level to you and you guys tie, or you guys FC all the songs, then the judgment for ladder match will get harder. And when you get past diamond, the judgment window goes down to about 20 ms. I think that's pretty good to show off like your actual skill level. And when you get up there, I'm pretty sure you won't be facing against bots anymore and actual people who just want to play competitive. I've only peaked platinum, so I can't really say whether or not that's true. I just know when I was in platinum during the first pre-season, at the time of recording it's now season 14, there was real people playing. Maybe the player base went down a bit, so you won't like run into people or have to wait in long queues, but when I was playing, I was perfectly fine in playing against real people. Back when I was playing a ladder match just for funsies, there wasn't a clear pass, so I couldn't really tell if I was playing against bots or not up in platinum. Let's talk about the game's pros and cons, or just things in general about the game that I want to bring up. And I have to preface before I get into this that I did not play mission mode in this game. It seems like a fun game mode, but it just didn't interest me, so I never gave it a shot. The biggest pro for me is just how everything looks in the game. The UI, the menus, even the effects in the game, they're all really, really good. I think being able to change how everything looks from the main menu to the skin of the notes, it's one of the main things that draws me to the game. I just like the customability of it. And while it's not as something as open source as Osu, it definitely has a step above other rhythm games in the fact that you could do what you do and mix and match. I did also forget to mention that you could also customize the fever sounds, the combo numbers, all stuff like that, just to switch up how everything in your game looks. Although for that stuff, you're going to need the premium clear pass, which is kind of a bummer, but I like that the option is there regardless. Now I need to tell you about one of my absolute biggest gripes when getting into this game, is the cost of all the DLC. At the time of recording, there's so many DLC out, and it's just a huge money sink to try and buy all of that, especially if it's something that you don't like playing and you want to play something like multiplayer. For a pack of like 20 songs, it's gonna cost you anywhere from like $10 to like $35, which is pretty steep. But if there's like a huge sale, I think that the DLC is worth getting. You just have to see what you like from them and see if you want to get it or not. Although, if you do not plan to play the game for a long time, like, oh, I'm going to play this for like, probably like 4 years down the road, I think the Clear Pass is really good. Or specifically the Premium Clear Pass, because that's what gets you all the perks. You could just hop into multiplayer, hop in any lobby, and play whatever song they put on there. And you also get a limited list of songs that are from other DLCs that you could just play without having to buy them. And while the Clear Pass does have all that, and it also has like the ability to unlock combo number skins and stuff like that, I think it's kind of cringe. Like, a battle pass in a rhythm game, like, I get it, but it's, I don't know, it rubs me the wrong way. And if you're not somebody who's like a fan of FOMO, or like if you're like, hey, I like how that person's like thing that they have, like a combo number or like an icon, you could always get it from the point shop, I think it's called. And you just get items that come from the battle pass randomly every like day or so. And you play and you get currency for it, and you could buy from like normal stuff. But if you want the stuff that's from the premium clear pass, you have to buy the in-game currency, which is just the most awful thing in the world. And I'm pretty sure for like $5 you can't even buy like a gear skin from the shop. And it, to me, it just feels like a really toxic money grab. What I think is the number one deal breaker to somebody interested in playing this game is that you have to always be online to play. If you're not online, you can't play, you can't launch the game. It doesn't let you because of the anti-cheat. I personally think that this is such an absurd thing to have, especially in a rhythm game. It's unneeded and just takes points away from, like, my opinion of the game. I think that this game overall is really good. I think it's a really good rhythm game. I love the gameplay, I love the visuals, pretty much everything about it, except for a few nasty things, which, you know, it just has to do with when you're trying to play with other people, or just the business practices that the developer makes. I don't agree with. I think it's really fun. Just has your basic rhythm game with some unique features. You know, the soundtrack of the game is really amazing. All the genres in the world you could ever want. So if something's not for you, you always could choose a song that you like. And I think if you have the money to invest in the game, or at least to just buy it, I think that you should. And my rating for this game is a poggers out of 10. I might do Pepe the Frog rankings. Like, if I don't like a game, it's like Sag. But if you like the video, like it. If you didn't, I guess you could dislike it too, although I won't like you for that. And subscribe if you hadn't. This is my first time doing like a sort of script. It's hard to follow a script because I kind of sound like a robot, so I wanted to do something that's on and off script just to make it a little bit more flowy. Just tell me what you think in the comments. Have a poggers day.